This is a collection of readings for all Yugo's main skills and Yugo Duel Links. Please enjoy. Full speed ahead. Clear wing. After beginning the duel, add one speed right tri dice and one speed right double yellow to your deck, and add one clearing Yugo Dragon to your extra deck. The following effect can be used once per duel if you control clearing Yugo Dragon. Change the level of all monsters on your opponent's field to 5 at the end of the turn. Mention cards, Spirit Right Triad Dice, Spirit Right Double Yo-Yo, and Clearing Yugo Dragon. Characters with the skill, Yugo. Speedroid Gear Changer. Can be used during a turn in which you have not special summoned any monsters. Send one Speedroid monster you control to the graveyard, then add one Speedroid monster whose original level is 1 higher or lower than that monster to your hand from your deck. You cannot special summon during a turn you activate this skill, except for synchro summoning. This skill can only be used once per duel. Characters with this skill, Yugo. High Speedroid Reboot. Can be used during a turn in which you have not special summoned any monsters. Send one Speedroid monster you control to the graveyard, then play one Speedroid Secret monster with the same original level as that monster you sent to the graveyard from your graveyard in attack position. This skill can only be used once per duel. Characters with this skill, Yugo. Clear Wing Acceleration. You can only use this skill's second and third effects once per duel. You cannot no more special summon monsters except for Secret monsters, or one attribute dragon, or one attribute machine type monsters during the duel you activate this skill. Effect 1. If you control Clearing Yugo Dragon, play one Spirit Red-Eyed Dice from your deck or graveyard. Effect 2. During your main phase, send one Secret monster or one Spirit Tuner from your deck or field to the graveyard. If you send a Secret monster to the graveyard, play one Clearing Yugo Dragon from your graveyard. That monster gains attack points equal to the level of that Secret monster times 200 to the end of this turn. Mention cards, Clearing Yugo Dragon, and Spirit Red-Eyed Dice. Characters with the skill, Yugo. High Speedroid Recycle. Select Speedroid monsters in your graveyard up to the level of the Speedroid Secret monster in your field with the highest level, and return them to your deck. This skill can only be used once per duel. Characters with this skill, Yugo. Speedroid Dice Battle. You can use the following effects twice per duel, and only one effect per turn. You cannot special summon any monsters except for Secret monsters during the turn you activate this skill. Reveal one Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice or Speedroid Triad Dice from your hand, then roll a die one time. If the result is lower than or equal to the original level of the monster you revealed, send one Speedroid monster in your deck to your graveyard. Or, send one Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice or Speedroid Triad Dice from your hand to the graveyard, then roll a die one time. If the result is lower than or equal to the original level of the monster you sent to the graveyard, send one Re-Dice Cycle, or Dice Roll Battle from outside of your deck to your field. Mention cards, Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice, Speedroid Triad Dice, Dice Roll Battle, and Re-Dice Cycle. Characters with the skill, Yugo. Odd Eyes Wing Acceleration. You can only use this skill's second and third effects once per turn. Effect 1. At the beginning of the duel, add penalty zones to your field. During this duel, you cannot normal or special summon monsters except for perform foul, Odd Eyes monsters, and Magician Pillow monsters, excluding special summons from the extra deck. Odd Eyes Winged Dragon you control can attack twice in each battle phase. Effect 2. If you control a perform file Odd Eye Synchron or Harmonizing Magician, add 1 Stargazer Magician from outside of your deck to your hand, and add 1 perform file Odd Eye Synchron or level 3 or lower Magician Pillow monster from your deck to your hand or your face-up extra deck. Effect 3. If you control a Synchro Dragon monster, play 1 Odd Eyes Pillow Dragon from outside of your deck in face-down position. Its battle position can be changed. Mention cards: Odd Eyes Winged Dragon, Perform file Odd Eye Synchron, Harmonizing Magician, Stargazer Magician, and Odd Eyes Pillow Dragon. Characters with the skill: Yu Sakaki and Yugo. Crystal Clear Wing Acceleration. You can only use this skill second or third effects once per duel. Effect 1. You cannot normal source summon any monsters except for Clear Wing, Synchro Dragon, and Spirit Right monsters. Effect 2. Send 2 cards from your hand under a field to the graveyard, then play 1 Clear Wing Synchro Dragon from your extra deck or graveyard. Effect 3. If you control a level 10 monster, or only your opponent controls a monster, add 1 Spirit Right card or 1 Spirit Recovery from your deck or graveyard to your hand. If it's turn 2 onward, also send 5 different Spirit Right monsters from outside of your deck to your graveyard. These cards can be special summoned. Mention cards: Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, Speed Recovery, High Spirit Right Kendama, High Spirit Right Chanbara, High Spirit Right Hakuita, High Spirit Right Puzzle, and High Spirit Right Quirk Shooter. Characters with this skill: Yugo. Light Speed Destiny Draw. You can only use the skill's first and second effects once per duel. Effect 1. Can be used for normal draw. One of the cards from your normal draw this turn will be a random 1 attribute dragon or machine type monster, or a Speed Right card. Effect 2. Reveal 1 attribute dragon or machine type monster, or 1 Speed Right card, then either place that monster on the bottom of your deck or send it to the graveyard. Then draw 2 cards. Characters with this skill: Yugo. Speed Right Tune. Reveal 1 Spirit monster from your hand and return it to your deck. Then select 1 Spirit monster you control and make its level equal to the original level of the monster you return to the deck until the end of the turn. If the monster you return is a tuna monster, you can change the monster you selected to a tuna monster until the end of the turn. This skill can be used once per duel. Characters with this skill: Yugo. Tuning Power. All monsters you control gain attack boost equal to the number of secret monsters you control times 200 to the end of the turn. This skill can only be used once per turn and twice per duel. Characters with the skill: Yugo and Rune.